Namaste everyone, Anu Chavda here. Today we are going to learn how to grow strawberries. Favorite fruit of the kids. Very easy to grow, and this is the right season. We are in the month of October, so now cooler seasons ahead, and this plant basically loves cooler climate. So if you can grow with the seeds, yeah, it's easier. Or if you really want to harvest fruits in the season, then better opt for saplings nearby whatever nurseries you people have. You can grow, you can go and get from them. Or if you want the harvest to be in the next year, then this year you can start with the seeds also. So as you see the strawberries here, the seeds are just, if you very closely see the strawberries, whatever these small tiny dots you see, those are the strawberry seeds. So once the strawberry is fully ripened, we can take out the seeds from that, and that can be sown as other vegetables, and after few days the saplings grow out of it. So today we'll be learning not from the seeds, because the seeds are not yet matured enough. So just see how beautiful it comes. The same plant has all the shades, you can say. Some are in the floral stage, some are in the little ripening stage, some are fully ripened, and this is another 1 or 2 days, I guess it will be fully ripened. So today we will talk about how to grow strawberries with the saplings. So whenever we go to any nursery, or you have any friends growing them, so you can take from them. So generally you get strawberries in this form. So when you go and get it from the market, make sure that the crown, the tip of the plant, this part, it should be really healthy. Even if the leaves are not that healthy, it's no problem. The crown should look healthy. That is the main identification of the plant. Now we'll talk about the container, the soil mix, and what kind of a care we need to give it to the strawberry plant. Now when we talk about containers, strawberry is a very easy growing plant and does not need such huge containers and all. Minimum 8 to 9 inches pot is more than enough. You can go for little wider containers like this also, or even in hanging pots they do really well, because as you see these they keep dropping from the top of the plant to the sides. If the depth of the container is small, then they tend to touch the floor, and indirectly you can say the tip of the fruits get hampered. So make sure that pot size should not be less than 8 to 9 inches, because these will grow another half an inch, you can say. So there is enough space for the fruit which is not able to touch the floor. Okay, so that is one reason. So we can have either this kind of a container, this. Okay, make sure if you are buying a new container or you are using the old ones, wash it properly, because these plants are little on a delicate side, you can say, and they are more prone to fungal attack. So if it is really washed and kept aside after washing, so it's good for the strawberry plants. Now we'll talk about the soil mix. So for the soil mix, this is a normal soil, whatever the garden soil we use. This is coco peat and compost. So compost, this vermicompost I have taken. So vermicompost, coco peat and soil, these three should be in equal quantity, and little bit of this neem cake, oil cake I have taken. So that actually takes all the, you can say it's a very rich source of nitrogen. At the same time it takes care of all the diseases if it is there in the soil, so it will take care of that. Apart from this, in this plant, little bit of trichoderma we are going to take. Okay, so trichoderma, it's any company, it will be available in your area wherever you stay. So just a powdered form, this is an organic, you can say, fungicide. So almost approximately 3 to 4 teaspoons is more than enough. You take that. Now all these ingredients we have to mix it really well. Make sure your soil is not very soggy, and at the same time it's not very dry. Okay, yeah. So we'll mix it properly. Make sure that there is no lumps. As this plant, I told you, it's little delicate, so we are adding neem cake and fungicide together. So once this is completely ready, you just see how it is. It's little porous and granules. See, there are no lumps as such. Mix it properly. Okay. Now we have mixed everything properly and we have taken a container. Take any broken pot pieces just to make a nice drainage in the pot, because strawberry does not like water to be, you can say, too much of water in the pot. So this creates a nice drainage in the pot, and then we'll fill the pot with the potting mix whatever we have made. Okay, make sure you will not fill it completely, little 1-inch gap, let it be there. Now we'll just dig a small well or a hole in the center. Now once we have taken the sapling, kindly press the base of the sapling to loosen the soil, and very carefully we have to take it out from the pot. Never try to pull this because it might rupture the food pipe and water pipe of the plant. So what we have to do, sometimes it's easier to pull it from the leaf also. If you feel it's not coming out of the pot, never pull it from the stem. Keep pressing it like this, reverse your pot, put your fingers like this and tap it at the back, and very smoothly it comes out. Okay, you can see how nicely the root structure has been formed. So now once when we have to transplant it, few things we have to keep it in mind. You can see few leaves which are not doing that well, so those leaves can be removed. Okay, because we are doing transplanting, so the pressure of making the food should be minimum on the roots. Now see here, till here if you see, this stem is not that great, so we can cut this or pinch it. Other leaves, they look pretty good, so let it be there. Okay, now gently press this, very gently, just to loosen the soil a bit. No need to pull out anything, no need to remove the soil. Let it be this, only the dry. Yeah. Okay, so these leaves I have removed. Now the sapling is ready to be transplanted. So once we transplant, we have to make sure that first, what I told you, this crown part, whenever we are going to transplant this crown should be above the soil. If you somehow by mistake put this tip inside the soil, your plant is not going to survive. Okay, so we'll make sure that this is above the ground. Okay, done. Now this is done. Now most of you, I don't know whether you know or not, why it is called strawberry, because there is a very simple thing behind its name, a berry which grows on straws. So basically this whole area which is visible right now as a soil, in farms and all, they mulch it with straw, pieces of straw. So the berries which come on top, it is basically called as straw, berries which is growing on the straw. So the name has been formed as strawberry. So as I told you, these plants, they love cooler climate. At the same time, they like their soil, this area, to be little on a moist side. So if we'll keep it exposed like this, it tends to dry. The sunlight falls on this and the soil becomes dry, and the plant does not do that well, because this is a sun loving plant. So the best practice is either to mulch it with the dry leaves or dry hay if you have that, or many of us, we have this kind of a, you can say, plastic sheets. So many online things we keep getting, so these kinds of plastic sheets we have. So make sure you just, it's how I have done it, just see, just a center part I have cut, and just a slit you give it here, so that it's easier for me to cover my plant. So I'll just keep it like this. So the soil is pretty much covered. Now this is the time I should give water to my plants. Now once we do the transplanting, we'll give water to our plant nicely. Next watering should always be given when you feel, touch and check the upper layer of the soil that it is completely dried. Then we can give next watering. Okay, so this is one thing. Now we'll talk about its you can say the nutritional requirement. As the potting mix what we have made, in that the vermicompost and neem cake what we have given, that's more than enough for this plant. Apart from this, monthly once you can give little of Jiva Amrita, or handful of compost also can be given. Some people they give used coffee grounds to this, but to some extent I feel with that fungus development starts having, you can feel a little fungus development at the surface of the soil. So make sure whenever you use coffee grounds, you can put the coffee grounds either in the dried form completely, or you can put the you can say the coffee grounds in the composting bin. So automatically in the composted form you give it to your plants, so the chances of fungal infection will be minimum in your strawberry plants. So you can say once you have transplanted, within 20 to 25 days the plant will start giving these kinds of smaller flowers. Okay, so these flowers, the center part if you see, those only are going to turn strawberries. You can see in this also. See, initially, yeah, see this one. Initially the flower was here, the petals fall down, and then the strawberry formation happens. Okay, apart from these, you can see the plant has one more characteristics. It gives this kind of a runners. Runners are another baby plants, you can say, which comes out of this main plant. Okay, so if the focus of the plant is on growing runners, then the fruit formation will be really less. So we have to decide initially whether we want more plants from this baby plant or we want more fruits. Suppose we want more fruits, then these runners, whatever it is coming out of the plant, that we have to cut it off. These runners can be converted into smaller plants. So in that case what we have to do, whatever the runners are coming out of the plant, we have to keep another pot ready with the soil and let the runner be there like this. So what happens when this runners touch the soil of the pot, so gradually the root formation starts, and within you can say 15 to 20 days you'll see the nice root formation has taken place, and at that time we can separate it out from the main plant, because the continuous supply of food is there and the root formation is happening, and now the plant is you can say able to make its own food, and it's the time to separate it out from the main plant. So that can also be done. If you don't want any more strawberry plants, you already have so many, so you can just cut it, you can gift it to your friends, or you can just put it in your composting bin. Anything, that's up to you. So generally this plant does not need much care, nice good sunlight. Yeah, sometimes aphids and mealybugs attacks are there in this plant. There can be two reasons for that. One, if moisture is too much around this plant, then also that problem happens, or you can say the pest, because of the smell aroma of this plant, the pest attack is there. So try having more of herbs around this plant. So you can have your marjoram, you can have your all Italian basils, thyme, rosemary, all these plants if you keep, or nasturtium if you keep it around this, so that also you can keep, so that the pest get confused, so your plant is saved. And apart from that, neem oil spray and all that is not required, because this plant is quite on a delicate size. So if nice floral and herbs combination you have kept around it, so you can save your plant, and throughout the winters you can harvest nice tasty juicy strawberries, and you can use the way you want it. So thank you for watching, keep watching.